UFC 288, Sterling versus Cejudo takes place this weekend, and I'm going to go through the full card breakdown and in detail predictions, starting with the early prelim opener of Daniel Santos versus Johnny Munoz Jr. I'm going to be siding with Daniel Santos here to get the job done. Johnny Munoz Jr., yeah. He just seems like the most basic fighter ever. If I'm honest with you, no offense to him, he probably makes money, he probably has a wife, he probably has a kid, but he just seems so freaking basic. I don't even know why I just said those last few things. It probably didn't make sense, but he just seems so basic. I just can't see him winning this one against Daniel Santos, who's completely opposite of basic. He's like a mini Charles Oliveira. In fact, he trains with Charles Oliveira as well. John Castaneda, I thought, was really good coming into it, and he still is very good. But Daniel Santos broke him. And I get it, he lost to Julio Arce. Arce just landed a few more strikes in him over a close 29-28 decision in his debut against Arce, who's pretty good. I think Arce would beat Johnny Munoz Jr. as well. I think Johnny Munoz Jr. will lose. Ludovic Shalinian he'll beat. Boring decision. Basic decision. Just get the win and dip, basically. I don't like that mindset. Lost to Gravely. Badly. Doesn't seem like he has a great chin. So I will go for Daniel Santos by decision. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see a finish here. But I'll go 29-28 decision for Daniel Santos. Jamie Simmons ain't good, alright? And Nate Maness, lost to him. When you move on up the card, Joseph Holmes versus Claudio Ribeiro. I'm going with the underdog. I'm going to go for the underdog, Joseph Holmes. I don't know why he's an underdog here. Claudio Ribeiro, what's so good about him? He lost to Abdulrazak Al-Assam. I know it's Abdulrazak Al-Assam, but he'll hit and miss these days. And he beat... Of course, he got that KO in the Contender Series. 8-1 opponent, but before that, 24-20 opponent. 8-6 opponent. 2-0 opponent. 8-3-1. 9-7. 4-1 he lost to by split decision. Dog Tower Fight. Don't know what that is. Dog Tower Fight. A league. He freaking won against an 0-1 opponent back in 2018. I don't trust this guy. Joseph Holmes will win. He lost to Union Park. Oh well, it's Union Park. He's winning against a lot of people recently. And he's underrated, Union Park, okay? Alan Medovsky he beat easily. Probably easier than Joe Pyfer did. And he lost Jamie Pickett. I get it, but, I think he's learned from that. So I will go with him winning this one and out grappling Claudio Ribeiro. And he has decently good stand-up as well. It's not like he's terrible. I'll go Joseph Holmes. I think he gets it done. He was on the Contender Series. Then he went over to looking for a fight with Dana White. And then now he's in the UFC. 1-2 in the UFC, but against good people. I think he beats Claudio Ribeiro. We move on. Up the card, Zhalgas Zhumagulov versus Rafael Estevam. I'm going to be going for Rafael Estevam here. I trust him to win this one. He knows what he's doing. He's a bit wild. He's not really that great, but he's 11-0. He's 26 years old. He's young. He beat Yoel Elias in that last one. Yoel. I can't pronounce that first name correctly, I'm sorry, but he beat Elias, let's just call him that, in that last one on the Contender Series. Wild, he looked for the finish. I think he'll go out there and win a 29-28 decision win over Zhalgas Zhumagulov. 7-0 opponent, 7-1 opponent. He's fought decent opponents, and Zhalgas has just been losing over and over and over. I get he should have won against Charles Johnson and Jeff Molina, but Manel Cap's good, I get it, but Manel Cap wrecked him. Completely wrecked him. And I know it's Manel Cap, but he got completely destroyed, and Jerome Rivera ain't good. That's your best win, Jerome Rivera, you know? And he lost to Albazi, lost to Paiva, arguably should have won against Paiva as well, but I don't know, I think he'll lose this one. I'm going to go Rafael Esteban, getting the job done here by 29-28 decision. Just being more hungry at this point. I think Zalgas, I don't know. He's old, Zalgas. How old is Zalgas? He's 34 years old. I don't trust him winning this one. We move on, up the card. Ikram Aliskerov versus Phil Hawes. Interesting fight here. I want to pick Phil Hawes so badly because Ikram does not have power on the feet, and nor does he have really much of skill in stand-up. But, and I know he has a good ground game, but Phil Hawes has a good takedown defense, and Phil Hawes is good on the feet. So stylistically on paper here, Phil Hawes should win. And I know people will pick Ikram because he was the guy that lost to Chimaev. You know, he was basically the toughest fight for Chimaev outside of Gilbert Burns at the time. He's that guy known, and he's made it here, and his name ends with a V. But Phil Hawes could genuinely win this one. He's good on the feet. He's got power himself. He's got wrestling himself. He's got good takedown defense. He has a bad chin, which is the worrying part here. But Ikram doesn't have any power, nor does he have any good stand-up. I want to pick Phil Hawes, but he got KO'd. I know he got KO'd by Delidze. Completely understand, but his leg got fucked up beforehand. And it's not like Ikram will go for the same. It's not like Phil Hawes will get leg locked again. Ikram's not that type of guy. And he fucked up Deron Winn. Completely fucked him up. I want to pick him here. Chris Curtis is good, man. Will he win? Yes, he will. I'm going Phil Hawes. I think he wins it. Fuck it. Underdog prediction. You gotta take it sometimes. Yeah, I don't see how Ikram wins this. I'll go Phil Hawes winning this one. By KO. I'll go KO win for Phil Hawes. No. He beat Jacob Malkoun, Nasruddin Imavov, Kyle Dawkins, who was good at the time. I'll go with him winning this one by decision. I think he gets it done. I'm not confident, but I'm gonna take it. You gotta take it sometimes. You can't just stick with the favorites like a pussy. We move on. Up the card. Parker Porter versus Braxton Smith. I'll go for Braxton Smith. Boring one here. Parker Porter lost to Justin Tafa 3 months ago. Yeah. He just hasn't taken any time off, so he's basically like, get me on this card. But yeah, Braxton Smith arguably shouldn't have been signed in the UFC. 33 years old. He's fought, and he gets first round KOs. And his only loss is Chase Sherman back in 2014 by loss. We don't even know what he lost by, but I'll pick him by first round KO over Parker Porter. And Parker Porter's old. We move on up the card. Marina Rodriguez versus Verna Jandaroba. I'm going to be going for Marina Rodriguez. Better stand up. How can I trust someone? How can you pick Verna Jandaroba here, realistically? Yeah, she beat Angela Hill. And she's been out for over a year. For no fucking reason. She's been out for a whole year. And she got schooled by Hebos in the feet, as were Rodriguez. Not only schooling Hebos in the feet, but KOing her. So I'll go Marina Rodriguez here by KO on the feet. I'll go KO. No, I'll go decision. I'll go Rodriguez decision. Kanako Murata's not good. And not only... Mackenzie Dern schooled her on the feet. Mackenzie Dern we're talking about, guys. Mackenzie Dern. Close fight or not, she schooled she didn't school her, but she won the fucking... I'm not picking Verna Jandaroba. If she wins this one, I'll shave my head off. Why not? I'll shave my hair off if she wins this one. Promise you. We move on. And she gets takedowns, but Rodriguez has a good takedown defense. Jan Janahan's pretty good. and she still beat her. Competitive, close fight, and she beat Watterson. Yeah, I think she wins. And Watterson's still going at her right now. And she was looking good against Lemos, but Lemos beat her. But whatever. Lemos would also fuck up Jandaroba. We move on. Up the card. I'll shave my head off. I'll shave my hair off if Jandaroba wins. Rodriguez is legit a lock. Chaos Williams versus Rolando Bedoya. I'm gonna be going with Chaos Williams. I think he wins this one. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory there, in my opinion. I think Chaos Williams wins by KO. I mean, Rolando Bedoya, not that good. I think he wins it. I think Chaos wins it. Hasn't fought the best of competition. 10-1 in the last fight, but I don't know. I think Chaos Williams is a tough debut, so I'll go for Chaos Williams winning this one. And plus, he should have won it. He should have won against Randy Brown. Arguably, he dropped Randy Brown round 3, and the Mikel Pereira fight's close. And KO'd Abdulrazak Al-Hassan and Alex Morono. And Matthew Semmelsberger he beat, and Miguel Baeza. Good wins on Chaos Williams' resume. We move on. Up the card. Devin Clark versus Kennedy Nzechukwu. Long card here. I'm going to go for Kennedy Nzechukwu. Clark, I don't see him out grappling Nzechukwu, and I don't see him KOing Nzechukwu. And I don't see him out ranging. I don't see him winning on points against Nzechukwu. I don't see him winning at all. He has to KO Nzechukwu to win. But he's lost to Kutalaba, Smith, Azamat. Good opponents, but William Knight and Dalton Young's your best wins. Cool. I can't pick that. Nzechukwu beat Kutalaba. He beat Roberson. He beat Olberg. Underrated win right there. He beat Marquez, who was looking good at the time. Should have won against Nicolas Nugamarianu. Lost to Dalton Young, but off night, whatever. Let's ignore that, but I think he'll win it. 30 years old. Better stand up. I think he'll just beat up Devin Clark by decision. I think there'll be a lot of decision on this card. We move on. Up the card. Drew Dober versus Matt Frevola. I'm going to go for Sergey Pavlovich. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to go for Drew Dober, though. I think he wins it. Frevola is good, but I don't see him KOing the Chad Chin of Drew Dober. I don't see him catching it at all. And I certainly don't see him. I mean, he could out-grapple Dober. But Makhachev took him to the 3rd round. So Frevola wins. It's by decision, 100%. And even Dariush took him to this late 2nd round. So, yeah, Drew Dober's good. And, yeah, the only people that have been able to beat him was Brad Riddell in a close fight. But stylistically, that was a bad matchup for Dober. And, yeah. And Riddell since then has been looking shit. But, yeah, I'll go for him winning this one by KO over Matt Frevola. Frevola is a bit chinny. And Ottman Azaitar, we should have known by then that he wasn't good. Dober, we know is good. Alright. And we know he has a good chin. Whereas Azaitar, we just kind of, we didn't even look at that. So I'll go for him winning this one. He beat Bobby Green, beat Alves, beat McKinney. I think he'll beat Matt Frevola. We move on. Up the card. Kron Gracie versus Charles Jourdain on the main card. I'll go with Kron Gracie. I'm gonna go for Kron Gracie. I think he wins this one. To be honest with you, I think he'll win against Charles Jourdain. I was thinking Jourdain would win, but I don't think he takes it seriously, man. He didn't push against Nathaniel Wood. I know Nathaniel Wood's good, but Shane Burgos' fight, he looked good there. Arguably should have won. It's one of those fights. But still, he didn't have a good performance. And against Landa Venata, he won. But Venata's hit and miss. And Andre Yozel's hit and miss. And Arosa just lost yesterday to freaking Padilla. And before that to Caceres. He's so hit and miss. Jourdain. I think he's going to lose this one. I think Kron Gracie wins. Yes, he lost to Cub Swanson, but chokes out Caceres that easily. It's just facts. No one beats him easily like that. You know? No one just beats him easily like that. And Cub Swanson beat him up, I get it. But Cub Swanson's good, and I think he'll beat Jordan. Get it to the ground. Maybe Jordan can catch him. That could happen, but I don't know. I think Gracie can win. If he can survive Caceres' shots and Cub Swanson's shots, Swanson has way more power than Jordan. I think he'll get it done. Take it to the ground. Jordan has a weakness there. I think Ron Gracie will get the job done by rear naked choke. We move on up the card. Movsar Evloev versus Bryce Mitchell. I'm going to be going with Movsar Evloev. I want him to lose, not just because I don't like Evloev, but I like Bryce Mitchell. I do like Bryce Mitchell. Why wouldn't you like Bryce Mitchell? I mean, you root for him. He's the quiet guy that you really don't see coming, you know? So it's kind of cool of his character. I just don't see how he'll recover after that Superior loss. I know he didn't get, I'm acting like he got laid out cold. No, he got finished, got beat up. Competitive fight here and there. But Superior was beating him on the feet, eventually dropped him, got the arm triangle for a sweep. I just think Evloev, who has he fought? He fought Grundy, Lentz. He didn't look good against Lentz, and he didn't look good against Dowdu either. But against Ige, he looked much improved against Dan Ige. And Dan Ige is still getting wins. He just beat Damon Jackson. Now fighting Nate Landwehr, you know? These guys were supposed to fight before back in the Apex and last year in the main event, but I think Bryce Mitchell will lose. He was supposed to fight Jonathan Pierce. I think he would have won that one, to be honest, but yeah, I don't know how he'll recover. After that Superior loss. Yeah, I'm going to go for Movsar Evloev getting it done. Barboza's old. Still getting wins here and there, but still. Feely, Rosa, Sales, Moffitt, Diamond. I don't see him winning this one. And plus defeated stand-ups even. Evloev will out-grapple him here and there and get the moments. Lose round 3, though, and get beat up. We move on up the card. Jessica Andrade versus Yan Zhao Nan. I'm going to go with Yan Zhao Nan over Jessica Andrade. I just don't see Andrade KOing her. And I don't see her. I think she needs to out-grapple Yan Zhao Nan. And she just hasn't. When's the last time Andrade just grappled? Not the Murphy fight. Not the Lemos. I mean, she got a standing arm triangle, but she didn't out-grapple Lemos. Did not grapple Calvillo. Did not grapple Shukagian. Did not grapple anyone. The last person she out-grappled was Tisha Torres. Yeah. That was back in 2018. And she got recently beaten by Erin Blanchfield, so. And Shevchenko beat her. Rose beat her. Zhang beat her. I just think she'll lose this one. Yan Zhao Nan, I think, will pick her on the feet. She almost beat Marina Rodriguez. She arguably should have won against Rodriguez. I think she'll be able to get it done. She beat Mackenzie Dern and survived her ground positions. It's Mackenzie Dern, BJJ, so I think she'll win it. We move on up the card to the co-main event. Bilal Muhammad versus Gilbert Burns. I'm going to be going with Gilbert Burns over Bilal Muhammad. It's who gets their game off first here. I'll make the individual prediction videos for this. The more in-depth breakdown, the more deeper breakdown for this fight and the main event later this week. But I'll go Gilbert. I think he has a better chin than Bilal. We've kind of known that now. I know Bilal, he doesn't have. I know he's shown a great chin here and there, but he's a little bit chinny. Burns is taking shots off Chimaev, whereas I think Bilal would probably go down. I just think Bilal. I think Burns is more of a lion man. I think he's more into it. Bilal's taking time off here and there. Burns, Magny win, boom, easy done. Masvidal win. Boom. Easy. Done. Now he just does that. January against Makni. April against Masvidal. 3-month period. Now a month period. Not even. You know? I think he'll win this one, Gilbert Burns. I think he's eager to get that title shot because Colby doesn't deserve fuck all. To be honest. Colby last fought before Burns even fought Chimaev. That's actually crazy. Burns has fought fucking 3 times since. You're giving Colby the title shot. Fuck yeah, Edwards should decline it. Winner of this one should fight Edwards. No doubt. Burns gets it done, though. I don't see Bilal out-grappling him. I don't see Burns out-grappling Bilal either, but I think it'll be a stand-up fight to where Burns has more power in his hands. And Sean Brady's just a quitter. Let's be real. Moving on, up the card to the main event. Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo. I'm gonna go for Aljo. I think Aljo wins. Listen, Cejudo, he's good. Listen, he was good when he left. He beat Dominic Cruz, had a good performance, beat Marlon Moraes. He had that moment, had that era. Triple C era. I don't think he can just come back and just be like, I'll take what's mine, easy work. I don't think it's like that. I think he's going to get a rude awakening here against Aljamain Sterling. I think Aljo wins. I really do. I don't like to say that because I don't like Aljo, to be honest, and I always root for him to lose because I get he beat Yan in the rematch and he proved everyone wrong, but again, the way he won the belt is fucking, it's so fucking dumb. And I'm not going to like Aljo for that. And I'm not going to root for Aljo. Why would I? There's nothing to like about him. You know? He fluked some wins. Fluked it against Dillashaw. Fluked it against Yan in the first fight. And second fight. Because Yan's corner team couldn't show up because of certain reasons. I just think Aljo's going to win this one. I'm going to be real here. I think Aljo wins. I really do. Yeah, I think he'll just pick at Cejudo here and there. Listen, Cejudo won round 1 against Cruz. By the way, we're talking about an old Dominic Cruz with a 3-year layoff on short notice because Aldo pulled out. Remember that? They were supposed to go in Brazil, but Aldo pulled out. And then, the whole world went to shit. And then Cejudo needed an opponent, and Cruz stepped up for a title shot. Cejudo won round 1 against Cruz. Chopped at his legs, did well. But round 2, before the knee landed, Cruz was starting to look good. Shook off the cobwebs in round 1. Round 2 in the beginning part, starting to pick at Cejudo. And a good Cejudo as well, a fresh Cejudo, without a layoff. I wonder what a layoff will do to him. I know we can say, oh, Jones beat Gone, it did easy work. It's different, it's heavyweight. This is bantamweight. I think he wins this one, Aljo. Was leaning Cejudo. I was switching back and forth. I just think Aljo will pick him with tips and get his back here and there early. I think Aljo will make sure he wins this one. I think he'll win this one. I think he's more hungry right now. Cejudo's he's made his money. Beat Demetrius Johnson. He beat TJ Dillashaw. And I think Aljo, I think both of their mindsets are, if Cejudo wins this, fight O'Malley or something. Then dip, possibly. Again. As for Aljo, if he wins this, O'Malley, then move up a weight class. Not retire again. I think Aljo wins. I think he does. Let me know what you guys think. I think Aljo gets it done. I think he's better than Cejudo. If this was the Cejudo that fought like Cruz, Moraes, that era, maybe then it would be different, but I don't know. I think Sterling will get his back here and there. The cardio might be an interesting part, though, but will Cejudo even be 100% conditioned for this? People say Cejudo will drown him, but I don't even know if he'll be perfect himself. I think Aljo will invest to him and pick at him and have a Pedro Munoz type performance where he takes the back here and there as well. I'll go 48-47, 49-46, Aljamain Sterling. Cejudo will stay in there and survive. If Yan can do it, I think Cejudo can as well. But I think Cejudo will lose. I got Aljamain Sterling. I think he wins it. Yeah, I do. I think he wins it. Winner of this one faces O'Malley. And after that, winner of that one can face the winner of Sanig and Marab. It can go on. I think Aljo wins this one, though. Full card predictions. Peace.